Now, the Brazilian government and presidential websites have become the latest victims of the group known as LulzSec. The activists have claimed responsibility for a string of high-profile websites being knocked offline. Back in December, cyber activists attacked MasterCard and PayPal in protest after they cut ties with whistleblowing website WikiLeaks. A big hit this year, you may recall, was on Sony's PlayStation. In April, the firm warned millions of its customers that credit card details may have been stolen. Then just earlier this month, the US Senate's computer system was hacked and data from its internal servers published. And on Monday, the website of the Serious Organised Crime Agency was knocked out. So just what's going on? Well, a man who can tell us is our technology reporter, Daniel Emery. LulzSec, people may not have heard of it. Tell us who they are, what they are.
LulzSec, well, basically, this group evolved, as you said just now, from sort of a group of online activists following the WikiLeaks round. Remember the WikiLeaks leaked a load of data, MasterCard and Visa cut their ties with them. All these online protests went, right, we're going to get some revenge, if you will, and took out their sites. Since then, there's this splinter group's kind of evolved called LulzSec, who earlier this week said they were going to start what was called Operation Anti-Security, where they basically declared an online cyber war, if you will, against government websites and security agencies. They've hit, as you said, the Serious Crime Agency over here on Monday. They've hit the CIA, they've hit the US Senate. They're basically going for any and every government and security site they can and knocking them out.
That kind of makes sense to people because you've got these authority figures that they're attacking. Why Brazil now?
Simply, I think, because they can. I mean, this group is across the world. We don't know a huge amount in terms of who these people are. I mean, there's been some arrests in Spain and there was an arrest in Essex yesterday. But, you know, for obvious reasons, they don't tend to sort of broadcast who they are or what they do. But certainly they're global. So, you know, there are, from what we understand from the tweets that were out there, the Brazilian side of this group decided to go for those sites, organise what's called a denial of service attack, which is basically when a huge amount of data is piled onto a website and it simply can't cope. To think of an analogy, imagine you're holding a dinner party and normally you have one or two people come to your door. Imagine the whole of Wembley turned up. You just shut the door and think, right, no way I'm dealing with this. And so sort of on a virtual basis, that's what they've done. They swamp these sites, the sites fall over, and that's it. Where some of the data and stuff like that's been coming out is when the sites go back up again, sometimes there's mistakes are made. They don't put the security in place before they reboot it, and that's when people can nip inside and steal data. We've seen it before with firms like CSA Law, who, when they were hacked into, it turned out they revealed all the details, all the PlusNet, BT and Sky broadband customers who basically given their details over a file sharing. So this is when the vulnerabilities creep in, and this is when data comes out, it's when the sites are restored.
They've hit some pretty big targets. I imagine there's a lot of twitchy organisations around the world. Can we guess where they're going to strike next?
Well, it'd be fair to say that if you're a government website or a security website, you'd be kind of keeping an eye on what's going on. But, you know, they hit Nintendo, they hit Sony. So any website out there is potentially vulnerable and a potential victim. At the moment, they say they're doing this for fun. And generally, we don't know, we haven't seen any stuff of this data being used for nefarious criminal purposes, but that doesn't mean it couldn't happen in the future.
OK, Dan, thanks very much indeed.